You almost can't miss with these Blitzkrieg sights.
2 years ago, I did a video on this little gem. This is the Blitzkrieg front sight post for the MP5 platform. Over the course of the last 2 years, I have had a ton of comments on that video asking where to get a hold of these because it seems like they're always out of stock. At the time, I didn't really have any answers. Now, here's the disclosure. I did reach out to Blitzkrieg to ask them some questions about the front sight posts. What they told me is that they pulled that old design because they had something new that they were working on. We talked back and forth, and I told them that I was interested in testing that new design as soon as it came out. So here I bring you the Gen 2 Blitzkrieg front sight post for the MP5. Yes, the company sent me these sights at no cost. No, I am not being paid for this review, and I don't get paid if you use the links down below. Had they not sent me these sights, I would have bought them as soon as they hit the market just to do the video. I really like this Chevron style front sight post for the MP5, and I think that it's something that everybody needs to try. As far as my opinions go, they can't be bought and paid for. You know that if I don't like something, I'm going to speak out about it. That isn't the case with these things though. This is my PTR 9 CT, and I friggin' love this gun. I ran a red dot on it on and off for quite some time, but I just kept going back to the iron sights. The iron sights on the MP5 guns are great, other than the fact that they are a little bit hard to see. That front sight post is basically just a little spike that's black, and you know, it kind of blends into the front hood. Not the most user-friendly thing on the market. If you aren't already familiar with the Blitzkrieg sights, you need to go check them out. I have them on every AR that's in my gun safe, as well as the MP5. Regardless of whether you have a true HK, a Zenith, a Century, what else is there? POF, or of course the PTR, these sights are an absolute must-have. Currently on the website, they have the Chevron style front sight post in either orange or this luminescent green. It actually glows in the dark, which is kind of cool. You know, that luminescent is pretty good, but if you've watched my channel for any length of time, you know that I'm not really big into any kind of night sights or glow in the dark sights. I just, they're not for me. The other thing is that as I get older, I find that particular color, my eyes don't pick it up the same way that they used to. And so something that is a bright orange or like a fiber optic bright green, my eyes catch that really well, but this particular shade, I don't know, I'm getting old, I can't see it. That orange though, you cannot miss it. Legitimately, my eyes pick that side up better than any other side on the market. I don't know what that paint is made of, but even in lower light conditions, it is really easy to see. It is fast and easy to get on target with these sights. Because it is a Chevron style sight, you get the best of both worlds. Not only is it easy to see, but it's also very accurate because it comes up into a fine point. I can take shots with this Chevron sight post that I wouldn't even try to take with the factory MP5 sight system. Seriously, these things feel like a cheat code. I'm a decent enough shot normally, but running this gun with the Blitzkrieg sight system, it's just ridiculous. I almost feel like I can't miss. And I know some of you are probably sitting on the toilet watching this video right now thinking, you know, what a waste of money. You're probably running a red dot on your gun, so why would you put any money into your iron sights? I get it. Most of us rely on that red dot as our primary sighting system. Irons, well, they're just a just-in-case type of thing. Here's the thing though, if your dot goes down, why wouldn't you have the best possible option as your backup? If by some chance your dot goes down, you want an easy transition from that dot over to the iron sights, and that's what you get with these Blitzkriegs. For my taste, I prefer just the iron sights with my MP5. You know, like I said, I used to run a red dot. I took it off completely because honestly, I love using the iron sights on this gun. With the Blitzkrieg front sight post, I have all of the advantages of the red dot, and I don't have to worry about them going down. I don't have to worry about a battery dying. And another thing I like about this Gen 2 sight system from Blitzkrieg is that it has an infinite possibility for upgrades. Once you get it installed, it's easy enough to actually swap it out to a different reticle later on if you choose. So this right here, this is the first generation of Blitzkrieg front sight posts. I really enjoyed this, but out with the old and in with the new. And we're going to try to show you the basics of how this new one works without breaking too many of YouTube's policies. So first things first, remove your old front sight post and replace it with this locking ring. Once this locking ring is in place in the hood, you can go ahead and slide this piece in to it from the front, from the muzzle side. Next, you're going to want to tie it all together with this locking ring, which screws on here. You know, this doesn't have to be like crazy tight. It just has to be tight enough to hold everything together. We'll move into some close-ups of the sight on the gun so this all makes sense. I just kind of wanted to show all the components for it. One thing to note is that the threads on here are very fine. So be very careful not to cross thread it, because then you're not going to have a functioning sight anymore. This design is extremely versatile and it has so much potential for expansion later on. Trust me guys, once you use this sight, you're going to want to add it to all of your guns, not just your MP5, but every AR that you own. You're going to want to have one on there. I want each and every one of you to go check out the sight upgrades that Blitzkrieg has available on their site. Trust me, you are not going to be disappointed.
You almost can't miss with these Blitzkrieg sights. That was a miss.